Hello and welcome to the American Football Show's weekly prediction episode. Hot off the heels of Tuesday Night Football, we're back. I'm Alan, we've got Ross here, and we've also got Nate. How are we doing, guys?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've not been up for 3 minutes or 10 minutes on our third attempt at recording this, so I'm absolutely fine.
I'm rearing to go. Still need my coffee for the morning, but with youth comes experience, comes some energy.
That's true. You have a bit more energy.
With youth comes experience.
I was going to say experience, but I meant to say energy.
That's a belting line.
I told you I still need my coffee.
That's true. I'm expecting some Larry picks, just due to the time that we're recording this. So, let's look back at week 15 before we go too much into the Larry picks. It all started, it feels like a million years ago now that we're recording this on Wednesday. Thursday Night Football. Last week, we had the Chiefs travelling to SoFi to take on the Chargers. The Chiefs winning 34-28 in overtime. We didn't all go for the Chiefs. I thought we would have. Nate and I, we both liked the Chiefs, and we got the margin. Ross, you went for the Chargers. I mean, it looked likely for a while. It was a great game.
Look how close I was. Yeah. Look how close I was to a perfect score.
One day, mate. You'll catch up with me.
Fuck the Chargers.
If I win nothing else, I might win the perfect score for the season.
The only perfect score on the year, yeah. I like that you've increased it to. I love that the last 2 weeks you've increased it to 7 games to give us more chance.
I'm all about the generosity, especially this time of year. Moving on to, it wasn't Saturday. It was meant to be Saturday. It was meant to be the Raiders going to Cleveland. COVID played its trick. It ended up being Tuesday Night Football. Let's talk about that now, just because it's in my list.
No, let's not.
It was dreadful. We all picked the Browns. They had no one
no
to
one
play.
Got points.
They lost in the last second on a buzzer beater.
Yeah, the pick was made way ahead of any news of COVID.
That is true, but it's still close. If they'd won, we'd have taken the points. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually happened on Saturday night, Sunday morning for us. It was the Patriots travelling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Patriots were unsuccessful in foiling the Colts. We all backed the Colts. We like to bet Colts action this week. It was a 10-point margin. And Nate and I, we both got the 2-score margin. Ross, you went for a bit closer.
Just. We literally, I was 2 points away from missing out. You were 1 point away from missing out.
It was
tight.
It was.
Tight squeeze, that one.
So, Ross, you get on the board. But unfortunately, Nate and I doubled up there. Then Sunday, back to the normal sort of time games, we had the Texans at Jags. The Texans runaway winners, 30 points to 16. Funny because we looked at the under-over for this.
And the easiest handicap. The easiest handicap you've ever played.
We all liked the Texans. We criticised the under-over for being 40 points, which it would have hit the over. We reduced it down to 31.5. And it still hit the over. Nate and I liked the over anyway. Ross, you were very, very cautious. You went for the under in that one.
I stand by everything I said last week.
Yeah.
I still believe in it.
I mean...
I was going to chuck in a really bad impression of Ross saying both these teams are shit. But I really can't do a Scottish accent. So
I have accents in my locker. It's just I don't know what any of them are until I've sort of got about 10 words through. Sunday 9:05, we had the 49ers playing indoors against the Atlanta Falcons. This is another one we went for the handicap and under over. The handicap was +9 for the Falcons. The under over was 45.5. I went for the Falcons +9. That was not correct because they lost 31-13. Everyone else went for the Niners -9, so well done, guys. Points for you too. And then I went for the under, as did Nate, and it was. Ross, you went for the over, and it wasn't. So Nate does the best out of all of us on that one. Full house.
Full.
Yeah, no quite. Sunday Night Football. Well, this is another one we went for handicaps and under-overs. It was the Saints at Tampa Bay. The Saints giving the Buccaneers a thrashing, 9-0.
Were there any touchdowns? scored.
Don't need touchdowns.
Oh,
The Saints have done this a few times in the last few years, actually, where there's just no touchdowns.
It was a slow, painful death for Tom Brady.
Beautiful thing. The line was Buccaneers -10. It wasn't even 10 points bloody scored, let alone -10. Despite that, Nate and I still went for the Buccaneers -10. And Ross, you went for the Saints anyway, so you get the win there. Then the under-over was 46.5. Obviously, it was massively under. Ross and I both went for the under. Nate, you went for the over. So I think, Ross, you got a full house there. Nate and I got one apiece. So, you did. You got nothing. Good point. Sliding scale, 2-1-0. And then Monday Night Football, we had. Oh, this was not pleasant viewing. It was the Vikings at Bears, Tuesday, 1:15 a.m. This one was not worth staying up for. We all expected a lot more points than this. However, we did all back the Vikings, and the Vikings won, albeit just in a 2-score game. We all expected... Actually, no, I expected a 2-score game, as did Nate. It's just that we expected a lot more, as did Ross. We all just expected a lot more points, so we were nowhere near the perfect score, but we did pretty well on the points tally, so not too bad. And then Fantasy Player of the Week. I had first dibs. I went for Dalvin Cook. As I said, the Vikings were turgid. He did okay-ish. Ross, you went for Nick Chubb, who did better than okay, but he did not do as well as Jonathan Taylor. Nate went full homer. Didn't win the week, but did well enough to beat our two players. So point goes to you there. So this then rounds out a bumper week, actually, for Nate. He scored 13 on the week, taking his score up to 88. I scored 11, taking me up to 102. And Ross, you're slipping a little bit, buddy. You've got 8, which means you're on 106, which is 4 ahead of me now, which seems crazy.
It does.
That lead has been absolutely decimated, isn't it?
Yeah, the lead is slipping away from me week by week.
I feel like it was only 2 weeks ago when me and Alan were both like
20
points back. I've pulled 2 back on you in that time, and Alan's pulled back significantly more.
I think it shows the fun we've had with the format and trying to pick the margins, because there's lots of points to be gained where, even if I get game picks correct, Alan can still make up points.
There's actually fewer points to be gained from the under-over, but we're picking more games at the moment. And I think Ross has done fairly poorly on the under-over stuff compared to the others, which is why we've pulled back some points.
Do not pick anything that Ross picks on the under-overs in this coming week.
I've struggled in that department.
It's just it's weird, isn't it? It's weird how he's been killing it on the other, just the picking the winner and the margin. And as soon as we switch up the format, it's just not been racking those points up as much. I mean, 8's still a really good week generally. Like, I mean, based on the total amount of points, it's pish, right? But for the rest of us, who are shit all the time, and we, 8's usually the top score that any of us get in a single week. It's not actually a bad score.
We've definitely had weeks where we get 8 as a team.
Yes.
So I think it's...
But, I mean, this week, again, was a crazy week. Like, no one would have expected the Detroit Lions, even on the margin. None of us would have been tempted by a 10-point margin, I doubt, against the Cardinals.
If you'd have given me Detroit plus 10, I would have still taken Cards minus 10.
Same. And there was nothing really in my mind to doubt me on that. And like that Saints Buccaneers one, if we actually hadn't done the under-overs and handicaps, you might have picked a Saints win, Ross, but none of us were going to get close to the perfect score. So it's just been a crazy week. Crazy week.
That's the thing. That's the thing is I wouldn't have picked the Saints win because I only picked the Saints because it was a plus 10 margin, right? So I would have picked the Buccaneers and I wouldn't have picked that by anything there.
There you go. So he's helping it.
I'll take it.
Anyway, let's talk about week 16. Hopefully some other crazy games in here. And there were some tasty ties this week. It's really...
A lot of divisional stuff going on.
Really getting close to playoff time.
None of it. No, it's not this week, actually.
Getting close to playoff time. A lot of these games are going to start defining the fates of some of these teams. And it starts on Thursday night, which gets me going. We've got the 49ers travelling to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans Friday, 1:20 a.m. Nate, you don't normally like the Niners, so you're going with your favourite Titans, surely?
I'm back in the Niners.
Ooh.
I've been shit talking them for far too long. They're clearly a much better team, and Jimmy G is a much better quarterback than I've been telling myself. So I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna back them 27 points to 21.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners as well. I'm going to take them 30 points to 17. I just don't like what I'm seeing from the Tennessee Titans at the moment. Although Deontay Foreman, who's come in at running back to replace Derrick Henry, has been better than expected, I think. They might get AJ Brown back, but it's a short week. He's just coming back off IR. How effective can he be? I don't know. And the Niners, yeah, they might get Elijah Mitchell back from concussion and knee injury. They already had Deebo Samuel playing well. Brandon Ayuk's been better in recent weeks, and George Kittle's been on fire. So I just think the Niners are doing a lot of things right at the moment, and I back them to get the win against this Titans team, which is frankly struggling. Ross, is it a full house for the Niners?
I can't hear you guys at all.
Oh.
Which is not good. But I assume you're asking me that if I'm going to pick the San Francisco 49ers or the Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to make that pick, and then I'm going to back out of the chat and come back into the chat. So a bit of a peek behind the curtain for all the viewers. But I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. I think they're rolling at the moment, and Tennessee have not been playing well. I think it's only going to be a one-score game, so I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers 20 points to 17. Yeah, as I say, I think the Titans aren't playing very well at the moment, but the home field advantage might keep the game close. But the 49ers are rolling, and I didn't expect that from them this year. So good on them, I guess.
Bye-bye, Ross.
Hello, I'm back.
So it's a full house for the Niners. We move on to Saturday, 9:30. Hopefully, unless COVID has its way again. The COVID-affected Browns travelling to Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. We're going to do some handicaps and some under-overs for this one. So I think everyone would probably expect the Packers to win this at home, top seed, against a battered Browns team. So the handicap is Packers minus 7.5 or plus 7.5 if you fancy the Browns. The under-over is 45. Ross, is it as easy as it seems?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Packers, even at the minus 7.5 line. Browns should have Baker back, I think, but I don't know if I trust them to have all their defense back. Myles Garrett's picked up a groin injury as well. He's been struggling. So I think they're not going to get to Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to light up the scoreboard. Actually, to the point where I'm going to change the over-under, which means you guys should all go over, because I'm going to take the under 45 on the whim. Just don't see the Browns scoring many points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers minus 7.5 as well. Just think they're a much better football team. Browns are looking ropey. But I do think the Packers are going to score enough to hit the under-over of 45. I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 34, meaning the Browns only need to score 11 to hit it. So, yeah, I'm going to take the over on that one. And I think the Browns could score around 15, 14, 15, something like that, 15, 16. Nate, what about you?
Yeah, so I had the Packers minus 7.5, and then I was like, oh, when I saw that we were all doing the same thing, I was like, oh, maybe I should flip it, because maybe with the Browns having some important pieces on defense back,
yep.
With just generally, like they've got starters hopefully coming back. Half that team's basically had a bye week, so it could help. Having said that, I don't actually trust them to get within 7.5, 8 points. So I will stick with the Packers minus 7.5, but I'm going to stick with the over as well, rather than mess around with that. I think it could. Yeah, I'm expecting the Browns to push it to almost 20, and the Packers to score over 30. So
Yeah, I mean, the only one thing I would say on the Packers is that they're one of the few teams in recent weeks that hasn't had like their banana skin game. The Browns, they always play hard, but I'm not sure they're going to get the win. But this could be it. Who
do
knows?
they?
We move to Saturday night. Saturday night again. It's Colts prime time. Saturday night. This is what Colts fans have been waiting for. Just endless Saturday night games.
Christmas Day, man.
Christmas.
Our first Christmas Day game.
There you go. More on Christmas Day games if you head over to our podcast this week. We've got the Colts of Indianapolis travelling down to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. 1:15 a.m. Technically Boxing Day for us. We all liked the Colts last week. I imagine you're going to like the Colts again, Nate.
I am. Chris Reynolds put up 100 yards. Who? I hear you ask. Exactly, I reply. It put up over 100 yards on the Cardinals. I trust Jonathan Taylor to do 200 yards against the Cardinals. Say he's going to put up 200 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and Carson Wentz will be able to throw against this defense where Frank Reich didn't really deem it overly necessary for him to throw against the Pats. So yeah, I believe the Cardinals will be a better unit this week than they were last. I think they'll run it closer. So the scoreline: Colts 31, Cardinals 27.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts as well. I'm going to go a bit closer, 24 points to 20.
It's not. It's the same margin. They're both 4 points.
Oh yeah, well okay, lower amount of points. Yeah, I just think that they probably will lean on JT again for the Colts, and the Cardinals looked a little bit lost without D-Hop last week, so I think that it could be slightly lower scoring, a lot more running the ball. Chase Edmonds probably back a bit fitter. James Conner running the ball as well for the Cardinals. Yeah, I think 24-20, Colts would get the win, but a fairly low scoring affair by my normal predictions. Ross, full house of Colts?
You're muted.
Any lip readers out there will know exactly what I just said.
You on for the Colts?
Colts 28 points to 23. Nate will be celebrating on Christmas Day. Boxing Day, I suppose, like you say. Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals are in any shape to win this game with their form at the moment.
Yeah, well, there you go. Clean sweep for the Colts. What could go wrong? We then move to Sunday, which is still Boxing Day, at 6 p.m. We've got the Bills travelling for a divisional game against the number 2 seed New England Patriots. Ross, it's a bit of a tasty one. I can see this going either way. Who do you fancy?
Yep, I'm not super confident in this one, but I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to win 24 points to 20. Interesting game to have at Sunday at 6 o'clock. You'd almost be tempted to switch this to Sunday Night Football if I was the NFL instead of the nonsense that we've got going on at the moment. But taking the Bills, they've been in better form recently. The Pats just coming off that loss. I don't know, we'll see. I think that loss will, maybe it could galvanise the Pats. Maybe they'll return even better than they were before. But I just think Buffalo are going to win this and make it an exciting AFC East race for the last couple of weeks of the year.
Yeah, I can't begrudge that pick at all. I think that this is a hard one to call, but I'm going to go with the Patriots, 20 points to 10. We saw this game a few weeks ago, and it was quite clearly one-way traffic. The weather was dreadful. There's no necessary guarantee the weather will be all that much better in Foxborough, So I just think the Patriots, they're going to want to bounce back. Bill doesn't like losing twice in a week. So yeah, 20 points to 10. I think the Pats are going to get the win. Nate, who do you fancy?
This game makes my happy place sad. I'm going to go with the Patriots, 27 points to 21. I think the Bills will keep it. Oh, I don't know. I genuinely don't know which way to call it. I think the Bills will probably will take an early lead, and then the Patriots will come back to snatch victory from the claws of defeat.
Quite possibly. Moving to Sunday, still Boxing Day, 9:25. We've got the Steelers at Chiefs. We do some under-overs and handicaps on this one. The handicap is 9.5. Chiefs minus 9.5. The over-under is 45.5. Nate, who do you fancy?
Chiefs minus 9.5 over.
Anything to go with that, or just that's it?
Yeah, Steelers shit, and they.
Yeah, they are. But the Chiefs are without Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, which is why I'm taking the Steelers plus 9.5.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to take the under.
Oh, shit, yeah. Let me have a think about that. I'm going to stay with the Chiefs 9.5, but I'm taking it over. I'm taking it under, sorry.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. I think it's fair to let you change it.
even without the Hill and Kelce and whoever else they lose, quite frankly, the Steelers are still shit. If I was picking the result, Steelers 13, Chiefs 24, 25, 26, that sort of region.
Sure. Ross, what about yourself?
Yeah, see, for me, I think the Chiefs' defensive injury, COVID players also makes a difference. Chris Jones is going to be out. One of the starting cornerbacks, I believe, is going to be out. And who knows who else is going to test positive before Sunday. We're only sitting here on Wednesday. We know what happened to the Browns last week. So I'm taking Steelers 9.5. Again, I don't know if they'll necessarily win the game, but the Chiefs might just overcome. But it's definitely going to be the under, if that's the case.
Yeah, I think it's a very tough one to call, given all the COVID situation, and we're days away from making these picks. Last but not least, we move on to Monday Night Football. Oh, no, we don't. We go on Sunday. On Sunday, we move to Sunday Night Football. That's how great of a game this looks.
Easily
I don't even want to talk about it. We have the Washington football team travelling to Jerry World to take on my Cowboys. Monday, 1:20 a.m. I'll do some handicaps and under-overs again. The handicap is Cowboys minus 10, and the under-over is 47.5. Ross, these feel like quite good lines. Quite difficult to call these ones.
A little bit. I also just remembered that Garrett Gilbert starting this game, which makes me feel a little bit less confident about my pick, but I'm not going to change on the fly. Dallas found a way to keep the last game against Washington close, and I think something similar happens again. They almost made it close against the Giants just this past weekend, so I'm taking Washington plus 10. Again, don't think Washington are going to win it, but I think the Cowboys are going to make enough mistakes to keep Washington just within the 10-point margin. And I'm going to take under for the points, because I think that's a high line for this particular game.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it is a high line. I'm going to take the under as well, so I don't expect a lot of points from Washington based upon the last game that was had. I'm not actually sure the Cowboys are going to win by more than 10, but for the sake of a point, I'm taking the Cowboys minus 10. I wonder if the way the Cowboys are playing, they're playing very conservatively in some of these last few games. I wonder, from a fantasy perspective, if the Cowboys' defense is the top scorer from this game. Nate, what about you?
I've actually got the Cowboys having a big win here. Like maybe 4 scores difference.
4 scores? Wow.
Yeah.
Would you be dropping a 50 burger?
I don't think so, but I think the Cowboys could more or less put up the under over themselves. More close to. I would be dropping a 40 burger on this one. I think they're going to smash Washington. I think Washington, their defense has been really ineffective all year. Whereas most of the year, the Cowboys' offense has been really hyper. So yeah, Cowboys minus 10 over.
Well, I'll be happy with that. Monday Night Football finally we got to Monday Night Football. We've got all our picks on this. Isn't this lovely? All of our teams on Week 16. Monday Night Football, we've got the Miami Dolphins travelling to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints. Tuesday, 1:15 a.m. UK time. Nate. Who do you fancy?
You're saying it's nice, but Ross won't be very happy. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Ooh.
It's going to be... I think it's going to be close because I don't think either of these teams are overly good. I know the Dolphins want to run, but they've rode their luck a little bit in some of these games and they've played some shit teams and they're playing another bad team here. 20 points to 16, the Dolphins will win.
I find this one hard to call. It'd be interesting to know what the under-over is and the handicap, but I'm still going to take the Saints. 20 points to 23. I think they're going to score more than last week, but that's not hard. The Dolphins had some players on the COVID list. Are they back? Are they not back? It's hard to say at this point in the week when we're nearly 5-6 days away. So I think the Saints are going to continue their little mini win streak and win 20 points to 23.
The handicap is the Saints -3.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
And the under-over is 38.5.
Okay, interesting. So I'm bang on the nose on the score, on the 3-point difference.
And we are going under as well.
I'm going under. No, we said 38, didn't you?
38.5 is the under-over.
I've gone over. But anyway.
Oh, you have gone over, yeah.
Ross has actually gone under, which is interesting. Is this part of your research, Ross?
Yeah, I just don't think we scored that many points, but our defense is pretty solid at the moment. So I'm taking the Saints 16 points to 12. We're very good at kicking field goals. And so we do that again this game on Monday night. Real spectacle for the viewers. But Tua Tagovailoa makes a mistake, at least one mistake, every single game. And I don't think you can afford to do that against our defense. So that's the way I see it going. Low scoring. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have picked the Saints in this game. But I've been filled with that excitement and joy of your team actually in the playoff hunt again. So I'm getting swept up into it, only to be disappointed by Tuesday probably.
Inexplicably in the playoff hunt again, I think.
Yeah, right. We'll take it.
So how much of a dumpster the NFC is?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's 7 seed. That's it. That 7 seed is a little bit of a dumpster fire.
The Steelers, I think, were only kept out because they drew a game, which they probably should have won, and they'd be in the AFC playoffs. So I'm not sure that they're an interesting measuring stick, I think, compared to the NFC. But anyway, that rolls out our games. Let's talk fantasy. So, as always, each week, whoever comes last from the previous week, they get first dibs on a player to pick from these games to be the top fantasy player of the week. Ross, you scored the third most amount of points, third top, last week. So you get first dibs. Who do you want to take for your fantasy player of the week?
There's an obvious candidate that's playing on Christmas night / Boxing Day morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to take them. I'm going to take Devontae Adams out of the earlier Christmas Day game from the Packers. I think he's going to have a good day.
Oh, you prick.
Nice pick.
I had him here. Look, he's written in my box already. I've just whited him out so you can't see it.
I can see it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I could not see it. I'm not going to pick a certain Indianapolis Colt. I don't believe in picking the top fantasy player back-to-back weeks to repeat as consistent as he has.
Well,
been.
you wouldn't be because Travis Kelce's not playing.
But from our slate of players last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got a guest.
Hello.
Hiya.
They said hello.
Hello.
I'm recording at the moment. You're going to be on the internet.
You should pick Nate's fantasy player.
Do you want to pick my fantasy player for me? Come in then. Alan, you do yours quickly.
It's a tough pick. I'm going to go for someone I've never gone for before. I kind of want to trump Nate on going for Jonathan Taylor, but if Melissa's picking, then I think there's more chance that won't be the pick. So I'm going to go for Najee Harris, running back, Pittsburgh Steelers, against
that's a
this
horrible
depleted
shout.
Chiefs team. I just think they're going to get up early. He's going to be ground and pounding the ball, and he's going to get a good number of points. He had a down week last week. I think he bounces back this week against this struggling from COVID Chiefs team. Nate, interested to hear your pick.
Yeah, me too. I really don't know. So I'm just sort of going to go with I'm going to go with. Are you going to say it for me? Yeah, say. No. Okay, she's backed out. I'm going to go with Deebo Samuel this week.
Nice.
Mainly because Devontae Adams has gone, and I'm not allowed to pick Jonathan Taylor again.
Also, why I didn't pick Jonathan Taylor. I was banking on hopefully Alan not picking him as well, so that we wouldn't get him in our lineup this week, because he's always in this lineup.
He is, yeah. He's got to be someone that's always got to be considered, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there we have it. That's going to be the week 16 as we expect it to roll out. It obviously will not roll out just like that, because it never does. But thanks, guys, for joining me, and thanks, everyone, for watching today. If you enjoyed the show, drop us a like, add a comment, subscribe. If you want to check out some more of our stuff, check out our podcast, which is available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. We like to give updates about how the week our predictions are going, also any big news that happens around the NFL, any exciting moments, so please check that out. And also, if you want to join our Discord community, come talk good football and other sports as well. We just like a bit of everything, really, on our Discord channel. Come join us. You can find out more about that below and on our Twitter page bio as well. So thanks, everyone, for joining, and have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to the nice people, Ross.
Bye, guys.